we got Cole Mueller.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Is the alcohol market good?
From what I've heard, it's not. Like it's
That's what we're hearing too.
There's so many brands.
And you're spinning into luxury car condos or man caves.
Kind of realized there was like a need for luxury car storage space. It's like just a giant fun house for car collectors.
Yeah.
They have the space, they'll go buy more cars, but they just don't have the space for it right now.
The wife would enjoy going to a place where they're all pretty in a showroom. She could bring some friends over and have a cocktail. That's fun.
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Cash Flow Quest. I got my host here, my sister, Jennifer Purcell.
Hi, guys.
And we got Cole Mueller.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And
welcome.
welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Second time with us.
Yep.
Welcome to the main hangar.
Yeah.
You know, so
Great room.
Yeah, you were in our other spot last time.
I was driving in, I was like, I didn't remember the last spot. I don't know if it was still the same.
Yeah.
This is nice. It's great.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for being here. So we'd like to revisit, just for fun. I was curious whatever happened with your peanut butter tequila company and where that landed. Because that was just a fun chat we had on the last episode.
Yeah. It's going great. It got acquired last year.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
So I sold off like a percentage of it, still own a good chunk of it. But it's got to like a national level. They have a deal with Southern Wine and Spirits, and they're focusing more on southern states right now. So they're all over Texas and they're moving into Florida. So that's kind of been the main, they're focusing on like SEC schools, Greek life. They're all over Austin, Dallas right now. It looks like it's going great. I'm not involved anymore on like a day to day, but still have like monthly check-in calls. I still do things on like the founder side, promotional things. The marketing team's based in LA, so I'll do some meetings with them, talk about some branding ideas or just things overall. But yeah, they kind of redid like a new packaging for it. It's more like it's some black colors now, and it looks great. And they got some heavy players involved and some heavy hitters. So yeah, it seems like it's going well.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a success story in a way.
Yeah.
It's running and gunning.
Mm-hmm.
Is the alcohol market good, like in general?
From what I've heard, it's not. Like it's
That's what we're hearing too.
There's so many brands. There's so much saturation since kind of getting out of Moneyball. I've had like opportunities to kind of partner up or do some things with some other companies. I just wasn't super interested. I just think it's the days of like the George Clooney and celebrity thing is kind of played out and no one cares anymore. And there's just so many brands like to compete with the brands that already exist on those $1 billion levels and they own the market. It's tough to like penetrate. But I think with Moneyball, you know, being like a niche product and the branding, I think, you know, we have the right pieces in play now. It's all about connections and being in the industry, and those people do. And so, you know, I think in the next 2 to 3 years, it could, you know, really become a top competing brand in the market. So I'm kind of excited to see how that like plays out. But they launched in Texas 6 months ago and it's been going better than expected. So
cool.
They're already planning on moving into Florida next month. So I'm excited to, you know, I'll probably go out there in like the next couple of months and go to some accounts and see how it's going. But the social media looks great. I see they're doing all these cool parties and really activating at like schools like UT and all the cool colleges in Austin and Dallas and yeah, it's exciting.
Nice.
Very
That's fun.
Cool.
Well,
yeah.
good. That's congrats on that. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so now you're spinning up a different version. So then you guys were in luxury home development and spec homes in like really high end California markets.
Yeah.
So then you can kind of summarize that if you'd like to. How that's going? I'd be curious about your market takes on that, just because that's a super niche thing.
Yeah.
And then you're spinning into luxury car condos or man caves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the RMCI group, we've been around, and my dad started the company like 25 years ago, and he's been doing it since. And he's had a lot of great success in doing luxury spec homes and land entitlements and all that kind of stuff. But I would say lately, the luxury market, at least for the last 2 years, has definitely like slowed down. There's been some reasons for that, but we're still actively doing spec homes. We have a project right now in like Solana Beach. We have one coming on the market right now in Malibu, which I'm really excited about. I think, like spec homes, it's kind of like treasure hunting. They could do really good. They might not make any money, but I'm hopeful for that project. So
Well, and just for fun, like, spec home in Malibu, what are we talking? How many square feet?
Yeah.
What's the purchase price? Like,
it's in the Marisol development. It's northern Malibu. So like the farthest north part of Malibu. Found this property 2 years ago, an acre right on the water.
Wow.
The developers in this, they've built out pretty much the whole development, and they were just kind of trying to sell this lot off. They kind of were older people. They wanted to just kind of retire and move on. So we were able to get this lot for like pennies on the dollar. Didn't have to close till we got the entitlements and approved plans.
Nice.
That's helpful.
And we could fix a couple things architecturally. We started building. The home they're putting the furniture in right now. It's 11,000 square feet.
An acre on the water.
That's amazing.
One story, like kind of a contemporary, modern, just really good Malibu style home.
Wow.
And what's cool about this home is it's pretty close to the Camarillo airport.
Okay.
So, if a lot of people fly into like Santa Monica or something, it takes so long to go up that 1-lane highway to get to your house. So this way you can go the other way around. So you fly in like your jet per se, and you're 15, 20 minutes from your home. So it's like easier access.
And Camarillo is going to be around. We just flew into Santa Monica, and it's going to shut down in a couple years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a meaningful deal.
That is.
Yeah.
For the people that are probably buying that house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, we're MLS coming soon right now. We'll probably go live mid-June, and it's going to be listed for $21,500.
Okay.
I'm actually listing the home with 2 other brokers, and we're excited about it. There's a good spread on it, and I think it can do well. Just need to find the right buyer and come along.
Sure.
But it's a beautiful home. Excited to get some content, some video in there, and show everyone.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah.
Is it listed? Like out there yet?
It's on coming soon. Yeah, it's on Zillow. You can see it. Yeah,
Yep.
11624 Ellis Street. So
Nice.
yeah,
Cool.
some
Okay.
amazing homes in there in that development. There's a famous surf break right in front of the home. Neptune's Wharf is that seafood restaurant that's pretty famous right there.
Yeah.
All the motorcyclists come through on Sundays and
like Highway 1 or something right there.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love driving up there.
Was it where the fires were in Malibu?
Not that. It's about 5 to like 8 miles north.
Okay.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
when you drive through, there's the burned homes right on the
Yeah.
water. It looks like a World War III zone.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Totally.
wild.
It is.
Yeah.
wild.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it didn't make it that far west.
Okay.
As the kind of the edge
Kinda
of
north.
Yeah,
Northwest,
we're pretty far north here. Like
Okay.
15 miles north once you kind of get into Malibu. It's
Okay.
pretty far up the highway.
Okay.
Cool.
And how long does a project like that take?
This
Like-
one's been going for about a year and a half. I
About
would
a year and a
say.
half.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty quick to buy the land and title it,
Yeah.
build the house. Like,
I
that's
agree.
pretty quick.
I
Yeah, we
agree.
worked with
Yeah.
a GC on this project, so we actually didn't like sub it out ourselves. So, but it's been great. The GC Nick Jones Construction's been amazing and super due diligence, and yeah, it's insane.
That's
home.
key. That's key,
It is.
especially on a spec home where it's like time is money.
Yeah,
You gotta
I've never
get-
seen like a construction site so like organized and like clean all the time too. Like
Wow.
That's a good
you
contractor.
walk in there and it's always just looking amazing. So he does great work. They build home. They're actually doing a $80 million home right behind us that just started.
Holy
Um,
smokes.
Wow.
And they do homes all over Malibu. So yeah, a really good general contractor to work with in the luxury space.
Cool.
Very
That's fun.
cool.
So you like that game. You're probably going to still keep at it here and there,
Yeah.
but you're kind of pivoting into kind of more of an industrial fun build
Yeah.
out in a different vein of
Yeah.
luxury.
Yeah. We've worked in like commercial space before. We've done apartments. We've done like retirement homes. I mean, I think we're like a boutique builder. We can kind of shift just where the market goes and do, what's needed. And we came across, there was a company called Finish Line Auto Club that were doing kind of similar concepts in like Costa Mesa. And just we're in like the racing network. My dad races Porsches all over the country, and he's like tons of network of friends and people in that industry. And just kind of realized there was like a need for luxury car storage space because you have all these car collectors, but they don't have any places to put their cars.
Yeah.
The insurance companies that are insuring these cars care where you're storing this car.
Yeah.
They don't want it to get stolen or damaged. And so, we just kind of through that and seeing what like Finish Line Auto Club was doing with their numbers, which were astronomical. In San Diego, we were like, there's nothing here. Like we talked to a guy in La Jolla. He's got like $90 million worth of Ferraris that he stores out in Chula Vista in like a metal shed, and he lives in La Jolla. So he's got to drive sometimes like 45 minutes to an hour to go get to his cars.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah, if I had something, 10, 15 minutes from me, I would pay any amount of money just to like have that because it's just, more convenient for me.
Well, and it's an asset. They're buying it.
Yeah.
Not just storing, paying rent.
Exactly. They can own a building. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can rent, like a lot of people store, there's like a place called The Vault in Miramar. Yep. People pay $500 to $800 a month to store their car there, but just like a space, So with this, you're getting like a whole condo that you can put like a kitchenette in there. You could have your family and friends come. You could have a party, an event, show your cars off. There's tons of other people in this community that are there as well. So you're going to network and become friends with all of them. You're all like-minded car enthusiasts. You'll have the coolest cars in the world here. It's because it's like a no-brainer. Plus you get the amenities. So we're putting in these like we're luxury home builders. So we're going all out on like the architecture, it's not just like an industrial looking building. We're bringing in materials from Europe. It's going to look almost like a spec home inside an industrial building. The amenities will have a bar, a restaurant, rooftop terrace. We're going to have like open sliding glass doors. We can showcase cars there. So you can actually have your car on display. People come through.
Nice.
Wow.
That's really cool.
That's really cool.
HOA, security full-time, surveillance, gated, all that.
Yeah. Is that a play to manage that, or are you just going to sell it all off? And
when you buy the condo, there'll be a monthly HOA fee. It'll be like $500 to $600 a month. But the cool thing is, like for San Diego, we're doing our first concept, our flagship. Our company's called Grand Prix Auto Club. Okay. So that's going to be like the brand. In Grand Prix Auto Club, our first location's in San Diego, and then we found one in Torrance by the municipal airport, which they're actually side by side because they're on the same timeline for construction. So they'll be done similar timelines. And the one in San Diego, it's great. It's like, 10 minutes from La Jolla. It services a lot of affluent areas, which is where we want to be. We don't want to be farther than like 15, 20 minutes.
Well, and it's industrial, which is like hard to find. You can't just go into anywhere and get it. You kind of have to use a pre-existing zoning, right?
Yeah, that's the problem is like it's a hard barrier to entry to find the right building that works. Yeah. You have to be, like I said, 15 minutes from affluent areas. The ceilings of the industrial building have to be at least like 20 feet high or more because you want to add like mezzanine and things like that. Mm-hmm. You have to demise the building, into these units that have to have garage doors. There's got to be drive aisles around the building. Yeah. There's a lot of things that go into like seeing if it will work. Not to mention, like I've found buildings in the past that were great. They were home runs, but there's long-term leases on these buildings because we want to buy it and then we got to get the tenants out. Yeah. So if we can't get the tenants out in like, a year and a half after plans get approved, then it's not going to work. So that's always like a roadblock. And so it's good and bad just because I think it's hard to enter the market. So
like you can't really bring on more supply quickly.
Yeah. We won't have like another competitor. I've always wanted to do 2 locations in San Diego. I think there's demand for it. Like San Diego's only 23 units. We've already sold 13 of them. We haven't started construction. We're not planning to deliver until spring of 27. So, I actually just finally got like our walkthrough render and video done, which is helping a lot to like give buyers like the visual of like what it's going to look like. But I think once construction starts, once we start hosting like events there and kind of walking people through it, the other ones will just kind of sell pretty quickly. But it's good to get in now because like we started selling at like $800 a foot pre-sale. Mm-hmm. Now we're at $900. Now we're at $1,000. When they're finished, they'll be $1,200. So like they'll hold their value. They'll appreciate. You buy a condo, you sell it down the road. It's a good investment. It's a good asset to own.
What is the average square footage? Like what? So they're like $1 million. What are they?
Yeah. So we're doing like the smallest condos are like 900 square feet. And that can hold about 6 cars or more if you add stackers. Okay. And then they go all the way up to like 3,000 square feet, which can hold 15, some 18, 20 cars. So it just depends what you're looking for.
You do 1 story of stack or how many cars can you stack?
I mean, you could probably do 3 or 4 because the ceilings are 20 plus feet high.
Okay.
So, you could do a lot more. It just kind of depends.
Yeah. On the mechanism.
But right now, like we're still reconfiguring things. So, like there was one guy that bought, like I said, 1 whole building and he's already has his cars in there. And so he's kind of we're doing the outside. So like the structure of the outside, what it would look like we're doing, but the inside he's customizing his own. That's
so cool.
His own thing.
In a way, it's kind of like a fun hangar because I've seen people build out hangars to that. Yeah. We're kind of in one, but it's more focused on the car and the niche and that whole. Yeah. Yeah.
The dynamic of like the bar and the hangout area. Yeah. brings another dynamic. Like if you're going to buy the space, I mean, you could use it for events, you could use it for office or a personal area. You could, depending on HOA rules, you could rent it out. Like there's optionality there with, They're
like a bartender. Is there going to be somebody there?
There won't be someone there, but there'll be a bar. But I think what will happen is like if you do an event, people come in. There's a kitchen, there's a space to grill, cook, things like that.
Yeah.
I'm a part of like Fast Lane Drive. We've talked to them about doing like events there and
the great spot.
Things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, super cool.
To your point, there isn't a lot of that in San Diego or Torrance or like areas. So I think it's a really cool kind of niche thing that people really like.
For sure.
Yeah.
Torrance, we found a lot of guys that were actually storing their cars at the airports.
Yeah.
But to store your car in the hangar, you had to own an airplane.
Yeah.
So they would buy a plane just to store their cars there and hang the airplane off the ceiling and then put the cars in there. So that's how because we've pre-sold a couple of units up there, and that's how we've been finding those clients. They're paying a lot of money to, rent these spaces out to put their cars there. And Torrance is great. It's twice the size of San Diego.
Okay.
Yeah, I've flown into that airport a lot.
It's going to be amazing. It will service like Palos Verdes, Hermosa Beach.
Yep.
So many people in Hermosa Beach, they got like a $20 million home and they have like a 1 or 2 car garage, It's
the
like,
houses are small.
There's no space to buy. A lot of these guys they have the space, they'll go buy more cars, but they just don't have the space for it right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
That's a good point.
It
really is interesting.
We have guys that are like pre-buying a unit now. They're like, oh, I can go buy like 5 cars now because I'm gonna have a space to put them. They don't have space.
They're like, ooh, shopping spree.
Yeah. So
I had a friend of mine tell me, he's like, I want another car, but if I buy another car, my wife will kill me because like I just have all these cars everywhere with covers on them. And, it's like, man.
The wife would enjoy going to a place where they're all pretty in a showroom. She could bring some friends over and have a cocktail. That's fun.
Yeah, it's like the story behind it.
Yeah.
So you're not going to spin up a membership deal with it, or because it seems like a pretty good opportunity. Have you heard of the Bermuda Club? New thing. This is different from this a little bit in that it's more of like a complete office man cave collection, where you have golf sims, you have a bar, you have all this stuff, but you can go there and work. So it's kind of like a upscaled, better, more fun version of a WeWork.
Gotcha.
But it's a membership deal, and so it's a cash flow machine too.
Yeah.
And you can get a lot of people in because not everyone's there at the same time. So you just got me thinking about like it'd be kind of cool to have like almost like a fast lane, competitor.
We'll have like the locations will have like conference rooms and business centers in there.
Cool.
And every location has different things. Like we're doing San Diego, we're doing Torrance, we're in escrow with one in Westlake Village.
Okay.
But now we're looking at one in the Bay Area, and part of it would be luxury car storage to buy, but then we'd also have like rental opportunities too to like just store a car there or do different things. Got it.
So like a vault hybrid.
Yeah, it'd be like half vault, half, and then we'd have like suites you could own. So you wanted something more luxury or more advanced. We've talked about because we're looking in other markets too, like Las Vegas, South Florida, New York. Kind of thinking like, oh, maybe at this location we might add like some different amenities based off something, maybe like some paddle courts or something, or if it's more popular in Florida or New York, it might be something different. Or if we have more land opportunities, trying to add in, maybe even like a track or something. I don't know, but just get like creative with it.
Yeah,
it's kind of hard in San Diego and LA to do something like that, but like out in New York, like Westchester, Greenwich, or Long Island, there might be like more space opportunities.
Oh,
things
that's
like that, or Texas, so
yeah.
Cool. All right, so you guys are so then 3 to 5 year outlook, you're looking to raise money and kind of create a pipeline of this forward.
Yeah, like major affluent cities. So like I said, San Diego, maybe a second location here, maybe after that. We're doing Torrance. We're looking in Santa Monica would be a gold mine, I think, but it's so hard to find real estate, and when you do find it, it's like so expensive. Just the existing industrial buildings like in Culver City. We're planning to do in the Westlake Village, and then we're looking in NorCal, like Las Vegas area, like Dallas, Austin, Florida, New York. And actually we're planning on doing one in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a call later today where we made an offer on a property. They're very popular on like the East Coast and Florida. Like there's a lot of concepts of all different kinds of classes around there.
I feel like people love their cars out there too.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit deeper. I don't know. Is it just recently that this car culture kicked in, like post COVID, where it like, I just feel it more around, you know?
Yeah.
Has it always been there? Has it always been here?
I don't know. It's always, I mean, I've been like around the car communities just cause like Fastlane and, you know, my dad always being into racing. So I'm kind of like, know a lot of people in that industry. So I always see it popping up on like my social media or just when I go to events and stuff. So I don't know.
Okay. No. Yeah. Interesting. How do you decide if the area is affluent enough? Like what data do you use for that?
I mean, we kind of through our networks of like the car communities, like we kind of know people in every kind of area of the country that we'd be looking in. So it's a lot of just like talking to those people, talking to agents. You know, there's like softwares and things where you can look at like medium home prices and stuff. But it's not just about that because like there's places like, you know, in like New York, for example, where there's a ton of wealthy people, but they have massive homes and they can, or places in Texas, they can just build like a big garage.
Texas, they can do that.
Yeah. We're looking for places where there's like a very wealthy area with people with homes, but they don't have the space to store their cars.
Or the densities. Yeah,
exactly. So that's kind of like the breakdown of that.
So that is all for sale. Do you have a cash flow piece, like the management? So would you guys do the management?
No, we'd hire an HOA company to kind of manage it and do it.
Okay.
We've like looked into different cash flow things. Like I said, like in Northern California, we're looking at doing like the dual rent a space kind of garage style, and then also doing the suites. But I mean, the business model for like San Diego, you know, and Torrance, it's like just to sell them off and kind of like be done with that. It works pretty well, you know?
Yeah. So then what's the pitch? Give me the elevator pitch. So, you know, people invest. What are you looking to achieve there? Check size, minimum, returns?
Well, and they're for sale, right? So like, depends. How would somebody find you and learn more? Yeah.
I mean, we have our website and, you know, we do like active outreach. We raised $6 million for the San Diego location. Torrance is $10 million. We've raised about half so far. Westlake Village, we just went into escrow. We're raising about $6 million. Obviously we try to find, you know, work with the least amount of investors as possible, but I'd say like average check size for like San Diego is like 250. We got two investors at like 2 million. And then I've been doing like a lot of like family office outreach and some VCs and just trying to find maybe like a fund that would be interested in kind of like supporting, you know, like multiple projects over the country. So, you know, that's kind of how we've been doing it,
and it's a quicker turn in theory. So this is more of like a flip type equity.
Yeah. I found that people like the, like 18 or shorter is pretty, you know, for the investor, they like hearing that. You know, we're offering them like a good return of like 25% annualized. And yeah, it's been, I think too, like, you know, we're getting cash in the bank versus like a spec home. It's like not until it sells, but you know, with this, we're getting deposits.
True.
We're pre-selling units for construction starts, which is, you know, security for the investor.
Totally.
And like I said, we're buying an asset right off the bat versus just like a piece of land and building a structure.
Yeah. So from a construction side, is it easier to borrow money? Do you still borrow money?
Yeah, we still do. Yeah. Like 70-30 loan to cost or sometimes higher. Like we already have, you know, like the debt for both Torrance and San Diego already secured. So right now we're just waiting to get the plans finalized and approved so we can start.
Cool. Yeah. So then can really people get a loan on them, you know, on the condos? Like this. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. You can get a loan. The deposit's to buy a condo right now. It's just like a 3% deposit. It's refundable. You know, you sign the contract and you can get a loan. And you know, sell it.
Hey, you're buying a piece of real estate condo.
Yeah.
And so do you actually have to map that separately? So when you do the development, are you having to map the condo aspect of it? Cause you're buying like a 5-acre piece or whatever.
Yeah. We do a condo map and everything like that. You know, we demise the building. So they're all, you know, units out. And,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. And it's
really
just
cool
nice.
Concept.
I do feel like with just not having to pay cash, that broadens your demographic base of like, if you didn't want to tie up the $1 million or whatever. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And it's, like I said too, like, you know, we partner with these really cool design companies that, because we deliver the condo with like certain parameters and features, and then you can go in and customize your condo and, you know, make it as nice as you want. You know, some of these garage condos are insane. You know, these people kind of, the LED lighting and, you know, the floors and what they put on the walls and the lifts. It looks like a Formula One. We'll put everyone's like last names on their garage. So it looks like a Formula One garage. When you drive into the gates, you see like the line of garages with the person's name.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's like a wow factor. There's a big like Grand Prix Auto Club sign, you know, lit up, and you know, it's like just a giant fun house for car collectors.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That'd be super cool. Well, I'd love to come check out this.
For sure.
Meet up, and maybe as you guys get the main clubhouse, you know, dialed in, that'd be cool to come check it out.
Once we start construction, we'll start having people over there and doing some like walkthrough events. We'll probably put some billboards up or kind of like life-size posters up on like a wall to kind of show like what that garage would look like, or what you could do. Different like tiers, like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, how nice people want to go. And obviously, like, you know, you make a super nice garage, ultimately when you sell it one day, if you wanted to, like, it's just gonna be worth more money. So
you're amenitizing it inside, you have everything in there. I'm sure like the toolboxes, the lifts, the cabinets, whatever.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. Well, so do you think the market is, so I'd just be fun to get your market sentiment on, do you think you're going to have plenty of buyers? Like, is that the sense you get, that there's plenty of money out there? People aren't getting squeamish with just the way that things are right now or anything like that?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like I said, we've already had great traction from essentially, you know, pre-selling these units right now with more just like a concept idea. Like I'm just showing people a video, or they're not even going to the site or checking it out. I think, you know, once we have an actual viable product to like show people, or at least show them that like construction has started and they can kind of visually see what's going on, it's only going to add to it. And it's like they're scarce too. There's like once they go. So like the price keeps going up, and you know, if you want one, you got to like get in, kind of thing. That's like, I think it's like,
there's not that many, to your point.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Not like you're building 150.
The demand is more than what you guys are building.
Only
so
23. It's a pretty small little collection.
Where it's like there's 23 units. There's no more in San Diego. Like, you know, if you build a spec home, it's nice, it's great. But there's one down the road that's pretty nice too. I don't know. So it's like, I think that's definitely like, you know, good for us with at least like, you know, selling them, is that there's the demand's high. There's not. There's none of them.
There's more than 23 people looking for nice car show areas.
One guy already owns half of them.
Exactly, 6.
These amazing people that like own these are kind of like buying into this, like, I guess you could say like ecosystem. It's great networking. It's, really like high profile people, some amazing car collections.
That's fun.
Really cool.
So if you're into cars, you know, to kind of get in there, to have access to those facilities and meet these other like-minded enthusiasts. It's kind of a lifestyle that, you know, you're buying into as well. Apart from owning your condo, you know, you're getting access and getting to hang around, you know, people like that and have a good time doing it and share the same passion together. Because, you know, you're going to meet and walk around to other people's garages and see them in the communal areas and throw events together.
That's really fun.
I couldn't agree more. Being on the airport, it's very similar. Like, just over time, you end up knowing everybody you know, on the airport, because everyone's running around in golf carts and hanging out.
For sure.
And we've seen too where they rent the hangars to keep some cars, and they'll either buy a plane or lease it to somebody else to have car storage. So you know, everybody's looking for this type of thing and tries to get creative however they can.
And there are more car people than there are airplane
100%.
People,
yeah. There really is.
It's a little more approachable.
Most of the time you see a hangar with one plane and like 4 or 5 cars. So totally. I think so.
Yeah. Well, cool. Cool. Thanks for coming on again, man. It's fun to have you the update.
Appreciate it.
We wish you the
nice
best.
To see you.
When's the construction kind of going to be over with to where we could come check it out? Jen and I.
I'd love to.
Yeah, I would say probably by like next winter, it'd be pretty far along, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah. So next year.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, thanks, man.
Pretty good.
And thanks for joining us for another episode of the Cash Flow Quest. Luxury car condos. If you want them, get them. They're hot right now.
That's right.
See you later.
Cheers, guys.